what is like the metrics, key metrics for a chairman of a holding company?
Yeah. Well, so, I think it's important that every board member role is actually very different depending upon what the company needs. So there are times, for example, where like at Dura, the board is to a size and a maturity level enough now that I'm spending a lot of time worried about the culture of the board and the tone of the board, and then spending that coaching, the CEO and being a partner to him as best I can. And so that's a very different role than, say, being the chairman of a brand new business that's, just getting off the ground with less than $1 million in revenue. There, you're often doing more direct problem solving and getting involved in the day to day versus a coaching kind of role. So it really totally varies. Unfortunately, by and large, boards, nobody's really come up with good KPIs for boards. We've talked about this on one of the boards that I'm on about, do the CEO and COO, should they review the board? And so we tried that, and it was like, well, what do we do now? It's a very confusing.
Can't really do anything about it with the information. What do we do?
Yeah. So it's still kind of a work in progress. I'm a fan of boards. They theoretically should do three things. They approve strategic plans and very big decisions. They hire and fire the CEO, and then they operate as a consultative, skin in the game kind of group that helps with the CEO and big decisions on things. And those are really the three things that I try to limit boards to do. And that way you don't become that dysfunctional board where you're in there like doing operating roles or swooping in and making decisions or whatever. So now when you look at those things, do you really have KPIs? Not so much.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have CEOs that think you're doing a great job and feel like you're making their day better, and making them more successful. And I think in the end, if you can do that, you're gonna win the long term.